Hello guys, this is Big Fish, and on this video we're gonna be doing some patch notes, debriefing, and I'm just gonna talk a little bit about what I think regarding a particular thing on the patch. Just the important stuff. Okay, Lan and Crimson Lotus or Crimson Lily is gonna be released next week. I think that a lot of people has been playing these two classes in the Korean servers. I have seen a lot of people asking for my response and some thoughts that I have regarding the class, and I guess we're gonna address that one here. Which one is better for me? Now, this is a difficult question because, whenever we look into some things, it's difficult to say which one is better when something is not the same. Hence, it's like you're comparing apple and orange and you say which one is better. Well, everyone's got their own perspective. It's not like Lupa and Spirit Walker, in which Lupa is technically 100% garbage. And so, and I think both of them have very good potential. Lan, I would say, is a lot more player friendly, in which you don't really need a lot of CP to actually utilize. I would probably say that for now you can just go with the Crimson Lily first, because unfortunately the Lan or the Dancing Dragon has not received a passive yet, and so right now the Crimson Lily is probably a lot better just because of that. But in terms of like skill kit and everything else, I would say that the Crimson Lotus is very different from its counterpart, the Ascension form, Dancing Dragon. And we'll be talking a little bit about how and why I said that. Okay, so first, just to put it clear, this Crimson Lily or Crimson Lotus class, the white one here, is probably gonna be a whale class, unfortunately, and the reason why is because this class in particular actually has a very strong passive that is probably going to be borderline useless for a low CP. I would say that if you were considering playing this Crimson Lotus, I would recommend those that are Viscount and above. If you're below Viscount, I generally don't suggest that you change to Crimson Lotus. The reason is why is this. The Crimson Lotus has a passive. Basically, every 5 skills that you cast, you're going to be collecting an energy. It's called energy in the Korean servers. I don't know what they will call it here, but let's just call it energy. So each time you cast a skill, you will actually trigger and summon an energy, 1 energy, into the 5 energy bars. And whenever those 5 energy bars are full, with 5 total slots, you will heal 10% of your HP on your 6th hit, or on your 6th skill. So basically, it has a passive healing once every 5 skills. And if you're a low CP, with probably like 15k HP, or like 18k is like Viscount, probably like 16-17k HP, I would say that you will probably only get about like 1600 HP, and the real problem is not really that. The real problem is your HP drops much faster if you're a low CP, and you can't really utilize the full potential of this class. If you imagine a whale doing it, if you can actually drop a whale's HP like quickly, it needs another whale to do that, right? But there's so little whales and more free-to-play players or dolphins, in which we will take a long time to decrease a whale's health. And so the value of 2000 health on a whale is different from the value of 2000 health from a dolphin or free-to-play. And because of this, it's very near useless for a low CP. But for a high CP, this could be a big deal, because basically this thing is a guaranteed sustain or passive healing, in which you don't really need a target, because literally you can just spam your skills, just spam all of your buttons and all of your skills, and you can literally heal on the 6th skill even without hitting anything. Unlike most other classes in which you need to actually use a healing skill, like a damaging skill that heals, this class don't need a target to actually heal. So it can actually heal from nothing. And it's 10%. So basically once every 60 skills, you'll restore your health from like the lowest point, like 1 HP, to full. Regardless of what you do, you will it's basically a passive healing. And I think this is a very strong mechanic for people or players that are very high CP, because this gives this class the ultimate sustain, which is health. It also gets some sort of like damage increase by 24% if I'm not mistaken. So basically this class hits hard on other adventurers, and it can heal very consistently, has a very high sustain, has very high mobility. So I would say that this class is particularly made just for a whale. However, if you're a low CP, this class actually enables you to farm in much more difficult areas. I've seen my friend who told me about it. He actually farmed on a 23k CP recommended area with an 18k CP Crimson Lotus, Crimson Lily, and he said he don't need potions for that. So I think that this Crimson Lily might be good for farming, but like, why would you do that? That's a very, how do I put it? It's a very ineffective method, if you understand what I'm talking about. Like, it's not meant to do that. So I think it's gonna be a lot more efficient for you to farm in an area where you actually have the recommended CP for. Because if it takes you like 6 skills to kill one mob, I don't think it's worth it, because the drops will be less and the experience that you get will actually be less compared to you like being able to one-shot or two-shot monsters. It's just how I think, but I don't know how you guys think. Next, we will be talking a little bit about what happens after. Okay, so we'll be talking about that. That one's done. Like, the Ascended form is actually good, but I think that the class itself is still lacking in terms of like, it's an outdated class because they haven't reworked any of it. So yeah, we'll just wait for that one. But for now, I think Crimson Lotus is the way to go. So now we got a new Chaos Zones. Previously, it was just the first 3 on the left, and now they added more. I think that the Chaos Rift is the only thing that you should be paying attention to. You can go in 10 times or 11 times. 10 times by silver purchase on this item called Harmony Scroll or whatsoever that name is. And you can buy one more Harmony Scroll or whatsoever with BP. You can buy it once. So it gives you 11 attempts or 11 hours a week to actually enter the Chaos Rift. This Chaos Rift is actually quite nice. It drops a lot of good stuff. I've been farming here for about 30 minutes. I've got about 5 boxes of Caphras book chests in which you get random numbers from 1 to 3 of Chaos Caphras book pages. And there's also the new drops. I'll talk about that later. Okay, this is not important. Alright, so this one is, if you can see, the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth item. That is basically a 100% enhancement scroll. Like, but just with the same kind of, like, you need to look at this from a very different perspective, in which, like, it's not a 100% chance to actually enhance an item or a gear. It's adding 100% chance of the current enhancement chance. So put it this way, like, if it's 100, you can just say that you can just multiply the current enhancement chance by 2. So say like you got 10, like say like going from from pen to hex, you need like 10% chance, I think, if I'm not mistaken. If that is the case, then basically you will get like 20% chance, and it works basically like that. As for the green one, it's a 50% chance, and this is exclusively only for Chaos Gear. So you can't use this 100% one on a like a pink gear or below. The next ones are the Caphras page chests and the Lapis Lazuli chest, which gives a random amount, 1 to 3. Okay, here I'm pretty sure you can read that yourself. You can just pause this video or look at it yourself. I don't care. Alright, we just look into the important stuff. This one is a Harmony Scroll, okay, yep, 950 million silvers, so about 9.5 billion to buy 10 of them a week. Which is okay, it's alright. Alright, this one is not that important, so I'm not gonna be talking about that. Okay, not important. This is going to be very useful. This is basically like a class recommendation function for new players who don't understand like classes and everything. They want to know what class suits them best. It'll basically generate like a couple of questions of like the kind of class that you actually want to play and what characteristics, and it will like slowly like dwindle down to the classes that it thinks is the most perfect for you. I think this is a good opportunity to actually start inviting new friends to play. I think that the numbers of players have been decreasing lately, and so I think having more players would be very beneficial for the society and to make the game just as successful, and so we can play this game longer. After all, once you've tasted BDM, other mobile games just seem to suck. Like the graphics are pretty bad and all that. So BDM is currently number 1, I think, in terms of graphics and everything else. And so I think this game deserves to stay alive a bit longer. Probably after it sort of starts using their brains on how to balance a class. You know what? I've said this many times, right? Pearlbis, you gotta hire me, man. Like, come on. I can solve your class balancing problems in a week, probably, or in a month. Probably much faster than what you're doing now. Okay, and that all comes from my understanding of each classes, I guess. Alright, this one is, yes, okay, bug fixes. Corsair, fix the Nova's, fix the Nova's Mace sounds like the Corsair. Like, who the fuck cares, but okay, alright, bug fix. Fortnite, okay, whatever. Phantasma, fix the problem with stealth state was not disabled during Twin Slash. Okay, this was really good because at the time, basically when you go invis, the Phantasma can still use a skill, and so this kind of makes it kind of unfair because other classes' invisibility will break instantly the moment you use a skill or like evasion, but the Phantasma can still use it, so it was not fair. But 100% the Phantasma is getting a nerf. Its invisibility state is removed, and so you can look forward to that next patch. I think they're gonna they're gonna implement that on global next patch. The Phantasma's invisibility is removed because I think it's a bit too imbalanced, and I think I like that, you know. Okay, not important, boss rush, not important. Alright, I think that's about it for today's video. I got Scam Shop, alright. They got a lot of good stuff though, so I think that's worth mentioning. They got a lot of new good stuff, like I think they got the pink accessory chest and stuff now, but I think the golden crate is still a lot better, giving you the choice to actually purchase it or not by knowing the contents prior to your purchase. So I think golden crate is always a lot better. But if you want to gamble, like 100% you want to gamble, you want to go high risk, high reward kind of thing, I do suggest that you get the Hadum Lucky Shop. That thing is insane, and the best possible reward for that is the 10,000 vials of light. If you get that twice, I think, oh man, like just once is good enough. Like 10,000 vials, you can, oh man, that's insane, bro. I'll just show you a little bit of what I have now. I put the rest on my storage. On this one right now, I'm bringing 21,751. I put the quality to low because I'm just farming. Yeah. Basically, it's an unlimited supply of vials in which you don't have to worry about finishing vials at any point in the game. I got like 56,000 vials, I think, right now. That's enough for 3 lifetimes. So yeah, guys, this is really nice. And but yeah, getting it is very difficult, and it's just high risk and high reward. It all comes back to you if you want to or not. Well, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's video thoroughly, and if you have any questions or whatsoever, you're very welcome to ask me for it. Yeah, I think that's about it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, see you guys again soon.